Welcome to today's monologue. Today, we will talk about one of the most powerful tools you have in your life. And though it looks simple, but it's not easy. And this tool is called no excuse policy. Let me take a second to explain what I mean by that. So, no matter how difficult the situation is, no matter how impossible the goal may seem, you still make a decision to do something. And you find ways to do it rather than reasons to avoid it. You tell yourself, I will not give myself excuses. Now, this may sound harsh, this may sound cliche, but it has two powerful effects. The minute you start employing this particular mindset, the first is this: it removes all justifications. Our mind is extremely clever when it comes to avoiding hard things. It negotiates. It might tell you, today is too cold, I'm too tired, I'll start tomorrow, I'll have too much work today, this is not the right time, maybe I don't have enough support, and so on. And these thoughts feel logical to you as well. They feel valid to you. But most of the time, they are just excuses dressed as reasons. When you adopt a new excuse policy, you stop entertaining these negotiations. You don't argue with them, you don't analyze them, you don't give them importance. You simply move forward with action, no matter how small it is, no matter how unimportant it may seem. Now, the second benefit of this mindset or of this tool is even more powerful, and that is it forces you to become resourceful. Because now you have made up your mind to do something about the situation, about solving a problem. Now you have committed yourself to doing something. So you are forced to find ways to do it, and that makes you more resourceful. Because when your excuses are removed, your mind is forced to find solutions. If you can't go to the gym, you work out at home. If you don't have an hour, you use 20 minutes. If you can't read a chapter, you read a few pages maybe. If you can't do everything, you do something at least. So now you stop focusing on what is missing, but rather you start using what is available. And this shift changes everything for you. Think about your life. How many times have you skipped a workout because you didn't feel like it? How many times have you delayed starting something important? How many times have you justified inaction with very convincing reasons? Now imagine if in those moments you had simply said to yourself, no excuses, I will do what I can. Maybe even a short workout, even a small step, even a little progress would have moved you forward in that situation. This principle applies everywhere in your life. In fitness, in studying, in building habits, in career growth, in relationships. People who achieve great things are not free from problems, but they simply refuse to let excuses decide their actions. They are very intentional when it comes to doing hard things, when it comes to facing challenges, when it comes to employing no excuse policy. They face challenges, but they act anyway. They feel resistance, but they move anyway. They don't allow their mind to defeat them before the situation even begins. So here is something worth doing. Start examining your excuses and be honest with yourself. Ask, is this really a valid reason? Or is this an excuse? Most of the time, if you look carefully, you will realize it is an excuse. And more importantly, it is an excuse you can overcome. That awareness itself is powerful. Because once you see an excuse clearly, it loses its power over you. Now, adopting a no excuse policy does not mean being perfect. As I said earlier, it means being committed. It means doing what you can with what you have in the moment you are in. So, no negotiation, no delay, no self defeat. Because at the end of the day, your biggest obstacle is rarely the situation, but how you respond to the situation, what you do in the situation, and what you avoid doing in the situation. The choice is yours. It is the story you tell yourself about the situation. So, from now on, remove the excuses from your life, and you will be surprised how much you are actually capable of doing and accomplishing. Thank you for listening. If you found this helpful, do consider subscribing to this channel. It needs your support. Do share this information with other people so they can also get some benefit. Take care, and I will see you in the next monologue. Bye for now.